morning, dear kindergarteners. Today we're gonna need our whiteboard, an eraser, a marker, 4 pieces of paper, and a pencil. So today we're gonna talk about emotions, and we are gonna write a book on how to deal with one of those emotions in a positive way. So the first question is, how do you feel when your family is celebrating your birthday? Happy! So we're gonna draw a happy face. Eyes, nose, and mouth. Okay? And we're gonna write the word happy. What letter do I need to write first? H, good job. Ha, A, P, and happy has 2 P's and Y. Happy, read it. Happy, make a happy face. Okay. Now, how do you feel when you don't get along with your brother or your sister? You can feel sad. So let's make a sad face. Okay? And we're going to write the word sad. What is that letter? S. What is that letter? A. Sad. What is that letter? D. Good job. D. Sad. Let's read it. Happy. Sad. Okay, did you draw them and did you write your words? Okay, let's erase them. I'm gonna ask another question. How do you feel about the coronavirus? Maybe you feel afraid or fearful. So we're gonna draw the face, a fearful face. You're doing it at the same time with me. Your eyes, nose, mouth, and this is the face. We're gonna write the word afraid. What letter is that one? F. Can you hear an R? Yes. Afraid. A. What letter do I write? A. Afraid. Afraid. Okay. And we're gonna write the word fearful. E. C. This letter I write it, but it doesn't sound. Fear. What is that one? R. Fear. F. Good job. Fearful. So L is the last letter. So click your markers so they don't get dry. So say afraid, fearful. Okay. So our world is in a state of fear, and this pandemic has caused panic in many ways. Sometimes we don't talk about these things because these are not positive and fun emotions. Regardless, they are emotions that come across or we find throughout our lives. So we need to learn how to cope or deal successfully with these feelings so we can adapt to our situation. So I'm going to tell you a personal time that I was feeling fearful. I was fearful at the beginning of this pandemic. School's closing was like the turning point in which I asked myself many questions like, what is going to happen? Is my family going to be okay? Are my students and their families going to be okay? How am I going to teach? So the principal told us that we had to uh, make some videos and publish them so you could keep learning. And I was afraid and fearful because I didn't know how to do it. So I was even crying and confused with everything. And I thought I have to do something about this feeling, and I need help. I came to the conclusion that I needed help. So you know that always we have people, nice people around who would help us. In your case, your parents, your grandparents, teachers. In my case, my daughter helped me. A fourth grade teacher helped me. Who else? And the principal did. So now I know how to do the videos. I know how to upload them in Duranes YouTube page, and so you can see them. Hopefully, you're watching the videos and reviewing everything that we have learned this year. So I thought my students may need help too. So that's why I'm doing this video. And I called your parents before and asked them, please ask your children the following question. So the question was, what do you do when you feel afraid or fearful? So I'm gonna kind of read some of the answers. Some of you said like, I say a prayer. I do the same thing. My mama told me how to pray. And when I feel afraid, I say a prayer, and they were pretty good. Some of you said you cry, which is okay. Don't be embarrassed too that you cry. I cry too when I feel fearful. Another person, I need my glasses to read that one. Some of you said like you run away from what you are afraid of, or you will get behind your mom, your dad, or your grandpa for protection. So I do the same thing. When I feel afraid, I call my mom and I ask her for advice because she always gives me good advice. So fear is a natural human emotion. So the most important thing in this video is that we are going to create a tool to help us deal with these emotions. So we're going to write a book about it. So we can read it today, tomorrow, in 5 years, in 10, in 15 years. Because when we feel fearful and you can do something positive, that's better for you. So you can overcome your fear. So we are going to have 4 pieces of paper, fold them in 2 like this, like that, and then we're going to staple them like this. And we have our little book here. So let me put this here. And I was planning to write it with pencil, but then if I write it with pencil, you wouldn't be able to see it. So I'm going to write it with a marker, but you are going to write it with a pencil. Why? Because if we make mistakes, we can erase. So the title could be How to Deal with My Fears. You can change it and your parents can help you to do that, but I'm going to guide you to write this one. So we're going to write capital H because the title of a book has capital letters on every word. So how to deal or cope, how to deal, how to deal, are you writing it? Okay. How to deal with, th, my, my fears. EARS. How to deal with my fears. I'm gonna wait a little bit. I don't know if you're still writing. We're gonna leave a little bit of space here to draw according to this title. You can draw whatever you want. And now, well, I have a question. What do writers do? The writer write the story or the book. Okay, so you're gonna be the writers. So we're gonna write by, and you're gonna write your name and last name here. I'm gonna wait a little bit till you're ready. Okay. Now, what does the illustrator do? The illustrator illustrates or draw the pictures in the book. So, we're gonna write E, two L's, illustrated by, and since you're gonna draw the pictures, you are the illustrator of your book, so write your name and last name here. And I'm gonna move the table a little bit because the light is reflecting on the computer. Okay. So, after you write your name here, we're gonna write our numbers here. This is this would be page number 1. You're gonna do it on the bottom or on the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We are not going to write all the numbers now. Okay, since 4 students said, when I asked them, what do you do when you're afraid? They say, I say a prayer. So we're going to write that one first. So we're going to use the sentence, I can, in all these books. So we're going to write I in the first page, page number 3. I. Now you're going to put your little finger here because we have to leave space between words. So the next word is can. So you know how to write that word. A. So it says I can say. So you know, S. Say. A. I can say a prayer. Prayer. I can say a prayer. Okay. You can say a prayer here, and if you don't know a prayer or your parents don't want to write a prayer, you can write positive affirmation, something positive for you so you feel good. So since we all have different beliefs, I'm not gonna write a prayer here because we have in our classroom, we're lucky to have people from different countries, different cultures, different beliefs. So I respect that and I let your parents guide you on the prayer that you're gonna write. So their parents can help you with a prayer or positive affirmation. Okay, so I'm not gonna say anything here. You're gonna do it with your parents, and I'm gonna leave this page and this page here because maybe you can write a prayer and like a regular prayer, and here you can write your own prayer. Okay, so we're gonna leave that. That's kind of the homework. I'm gonna explain later. So we're gonna do our third page. We're gonna start with I, capital letter. Oh, did I put the period here? Forgot to tell you, capital letter, leave space between words and write a period. I can say a prayer or a positive affirmation. Now we're gonna write this one. Page number 3, I. You already know that word. Can, you know that word too. I can take, take, I can take, I can take deep, deep breaths. So b, breath sounds breath, and the a doesn't sound, and the th, breaths, period. So let's check if I wrote my sentence. Capital letter, did I leave space between words? Yes, I did, and write my period. So we're gonna talk about this one. I can take deep breaths. Remember when we were tired in the classroom and say, okay, we're gonna rest a little bit, come to the front. And we always practice breathing. So remember, sometimes we count till 7, but the ones that we're gonna practice is inhale, you count 4, and exhale, you count 4. Like 4. So let's do it again. So I'm gonna write it here so you remember. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's practice again. Inhale, exhale. Okay, you do 4 of those and you're gonna feel better. Now there is another one. It's a different one here. This one is 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we're gonna count backwards. That would be 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for exhaling. Okay, so we're gonna practice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, we inhale, and 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we exhale. Why am I doing this? Because this is a way to relax. Okay, so let's practice. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do it. 8, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let me do it without counting. I cannot count and breathe at the same time. So, see, I take longer in this one. Okay, So the rest of the book we're gonna keep writing in another video for next week. But what is the homework? I'm excited because you're creating your first book. Well, I don't know if we wrote another book, but this is really special. What are you gonna do as homework? You are gonna practice reading your book. If you have an adult, a brother or a sister, and you forgot a word, they can help you. So remember this is the age you say, okay, how to deal with my fears. Let's practice again. How to deal with my fears. By, and you're gonna read your name and last name, illustrated by, and you read your name and last name. I can say a prayer or a positive affirmation, whatever you want. So remember, your parents are going to help you to write a prayer here. Or if they don't want a prayer, it could be a positive affirmation. And they can write it here for you, or they can write it in a piece of paper and then you copy it here. You have to memorize that prayer because when you feel afraid, you need to know it so you can say it. Or that positive affirmation. Here you can write your own prayer, like pray for your mom, dad, I don't know. So you can write your own prayer here. With your parents are going to help you with this. And this one you're going to practice reading. I can take deep breaths. And you're going to practice them. Well, I'm not supposed to put my shoulders up, just. So you're going to practice this one too. This is longer and I feel relaxed after that. So we are learning, we are doing many things here. Reading, writing, and learning how to deal with our fears. Hopefully you like it and you practice, and see you next time. Bye!